Some words are not written. They're whispered through the heart. They don't just inform you, they wake you. These are not quotes. They are mirrors. They are questions, and sometimes divine interruptions. Not written by ink alone, but carved by lives immersed in remembrance. These are letters, not to your mind, but to your soul. So, breathe, listen, and let something eternal speak. The wound is where the light enters you. Love isn't always soft. Sometimes it comes like fire to burn away what isn't real. It tears down what you built to protect yourself until only the truth remains. When you ask for love, be prepared to lose what love cannot keep. Your tears can become veils if you see them as proof of your station. Not every tear is pure. Sometimes the ego dresses in humility and hides behind prayer. True devotion makes you forget yourself. A sign of the sincerity of your striving is not tasting the fruits immediately. You prayed, you cried, and yet it felt empty. But perhaps that emptiness was the proof. Not every silent prayer goes unheard. Sometimes silence is the answer that cleans the heart. Fame is the funeral shroud of the sincere. They praised you, they clapped, they watched, but in that glow, something dimmed. Because sometimes when the world sees your light, he veils it to protect it from your own eyes. Fame is not always a reward. Sometimes it is the grave where sincerity is buried. He hides his saints in markets. The seeker prayed for silence, yearned for the cave, but was sent to the crowd. Why? Because holiness does not always hide in mountains. Sometimes it walks through noise wrapped in stillness. Saints are not always cloaked in solitude. Sometimes they are shopkeepers, merchants, invisible. The secret is not where you are, but who you carry within. He lets you taste his closeness, then hides, to purify your longing. First came the flood of light, the prayers that glowed, the nights that felt near. Then, silence, absence, a heaviness like stone. Do not despair. The beloved sometimes withdraws, so the lover may learn to love the giver, not the gift. So the longing becomes purer, unattached to emotion, and anchored only in him. Fear of falling is safer than assuming you're flying. Beware the moment you think you've arrived. That is when the trap is laid. The seeker who trembles walks closer to truth than the one who coasts. Assurance is not always a sign of success. Sometimes It is the sleep that comes before the fall. Fear is not the enemy. False confidence is. Repentance is not complete until you see your past and weep again, not from guilt, but from awe. You turned back, you wept, you began again, but then he showed you what you once were, and your heart broke a second time, not from guilt, but from awe. This is the second repentance, not of the body, but of the soul. The pain that purifies and makes you grateful not that you are clean, but that He is the one who cleansed you.